The RESILIA Foundation Course, Module 3, Managing Cyber Resilience. Welcome to the Managing Cyber Resilience module. The module comprises just one lesson, which covers a management system and some aspects of governance. A useful definition of a system is a number of related things that work together to achieve an overall objective. For example, a computer system includes hardware, software, and applications. A management system encompasses all the things that are needed to manage and govern what an organization does. In other words, it manages and governs the activities of the organization and ensures that people know what they should be doing. The management system isn't necessarily defined in a systematic, formal way, though parts of it may be. Many components can be quite informal, accepted ways of doing things. An enterprise could have a single management system covering all of its activities. Or it could have a number of management systems, each covering some defined set of activities. In this course, we are particularly interested in a management system for cyber resilience. There are a couple of things to notice. The first is that any given set of activities should fall within the scope of only one management system. And second, all of the organization's activities are controlled by one management system or another. Each enterprise should have a defined management system that suits its circumstances. A global enterprise could have a management system for each of the countries or regions that it operates in. Other large enterprises could have a management system for each of its constituent business units. These are just two possibilities. What's the situation in your organization? Typical components of a management system include governance activities, management activities, policies, processes, roles, organization design, and metrics, key performance indicators, and critical success factors. Click each one for more information. Governance activities evaluate the business environment, direct management to carry out required activities, and monitor to ensure that expectations are met. Governance is the highest level in the management system. It specifies and communicates the mission and vision of the organization, defines the decision makers, and ensures that management decisions taken throughout the organization support the intent of the governing body. Management activities plan, build, run, and improve the business. Management allocates resources, makes tactical and operational decisions, and oversees activities to ensure they are carried out efficiently and effectively. Policies set out management's intent and ensure that staff understand what is required of them. In other words, they inform staff how the enterprise expects them to fulfill their duties, carry out their tasks, and make decisions. Policies are simple statements that are easily communicated. They provide the basis of more detailed rules and instructions. There can be many different policies within an organization, each focused on requirements for a specific area. An example of a security policy is a password policy. A process is a structured set of activities that accomplish a specific objective. A process takes one or more defined inputs and turns them into defined outputs. A formal process enables consistency of execution, performance management, and continual improvement. A common process defined in many IT organizations is incident management. A role refers to a set of responsibilities, activities, and authorities assigned to people or teams. A role is not a job description or a post. One person may carry out multiple roles. For example, in a small organization, one person may have both the risk manager and information security manager roles, and maybe other roles. Conversely, one role may be assigned to many people. For example, there may be an information security manager in each business unit. A role in the incident management process is first-line analyst, which provides first-line support for incidents. This role is often combined with that of service desk analyst. Organization design defines the structures for directing staff and reporting activity and results throughout the organization. Components of the organization design can include business units, divisions, departments, teams, and so on. Metrics, key performance indicators, and critical success factors underpin performance management. They're used to measure and report performance and to plan improvements. Okay, you've learned about what a management system is and what its components are. Now let's look at some standards and frameworks that are relevant to a cyber resilience management system. ITIL, ISO IEC 27001, ISO IEC 20000, ISO 9001, ISO 31000, ISO 22301, COBIT 5, NIST Framework for Improving Critical Infrastructure Cybersecurity, Management of Risk. We encountered some of these in Module 2. In this lesson, I'm going to say something about just 3 of them: ITIL, ISO IEC 27001, and NIST. The Cyber Resilience Best Practices publication contains some information about the others, but they are not included in the syllabus and so are not examinable. ITIL is a best practice framework for IT service management that is accepted and used in enterprises across the world. In fact, it's the most widely accepted approach to managing IT services. It's relevant to cyber resilience because many, if not most, cyber resilience threats involve IT. As you learned in the course introduction lesson, the life cycle approach used by ITIL is very relevant to cyber resilience. Effective cyber resilience is based on a well-thought-out strategy with controls being designed into services rather than being bolted on as an afterthought. Controls must be transitioned into operational use and operated effectively and efficiently. The performance of the controls must be monitored routinely and improved continuously to maintain alignment with business security requirements. The syllabus for this course doesn't demand a detailed knowledge of ITIL, but you'll find more information in the Cyber Resilience Best Practices publication if you're interested. ISO IEC 27001 is commonly used as an approach to information security management in Europe and Asia, and is increasing in popularity in other regions. It defines the requirements for information security management systems that are auditable and certifiable by independent assessors. Certification can help to demonstrate information security capability to potential customers and partners. Cyber resilience has a wider scope than information security management, but the standard can help to manage this core aspect of cyber resilience. ISO IEC 27001 is used in 2 ways. It's used as an audit standard to demonstrate information security capability, and it's used internally as a checklist by enterprises seeking to review their information security controls and to identify possible vulnerabilities. The NIST Framework for Improving Critical Infrastructure Cybersecurity is a U.S. publication giving advice to organizations that are responsible for what it terms critical infrastructure, which it defines as systems and assets, whether physical or virtual, so vital to the United States that the incapacity or destruction of such systems and assets would have a debilitating impact on security, national economic security, national public health, or safety. I think you can infer that a lot of its advice would be relevant to any country or enterprise. I'll come back to NIST in Learning Module 8. Notice that in the context of this framework, cybersecurity is synonymous with cyber resilience. That's all I have to say about the standard and frameworks that are relevant to cybersecurity. The final topic in this lesson is governance and compliance management. Let's start by asking, what is governance? COBIT 5 defines governance in this way: ensures that stakeholder needs, conditions, and options are evaluated to determine balanced, agreed-on enterprise objectives to be achieved, setting direction through prioritization and decision-making, and monitoring performance and compliance against agreed-on direction and objectives. COBIT 5 describes management in this way: management plans, builds, runs, and monitors activities in alignment with the direction set by the governance body to achieve the enterprise objectives. This diagram illustrates the relationship between governance and management. It's important to understand the difference between them. Put simply, governance is about what the enterprise should be doing. Management is about how it should do it and then doing it. Take a few moments to study this diagram and click the arrow when you're ready to move on. Compliance management is used to help avoid breaches of legal, regulatory, or contractual requirements. Its scope is much wider than cyber resilience, but there are often many compliance requirements that depend on cyber resilience. Demonstrating that all compliance requirements have been met may call for the collection and management of significant amounts of evidence whose integrity and availability must be protected. The cyber resilience controls that do this are themselves subject to audit and inspection.
Okay, you've completed this module on managing cyber resilience. We covered management systems and governance. Before I wrap up this lesson, here's a quiz to check out what you've learned.